What's up, everybody? Welcome to another reading with the Crown Priestess. This is going to be your full moon reading, okay? Yay! So we are going to have a super moon today, October 6th, when I am recording this. Happy Monday. The moon is in Aries, y'all, and they refer to this super moon as the Hunter's Moon, okay? Some people will say harvest moon. But Hunter's Moon, I kind of like the sound of that better as an Aries myself. As most of us know, anytime Aries is doing anything at all, unless it's in retrograde, you are being called to action, okay? Hence the Hunter's Moon, going out there, getting out there, being bold, being brave. A lot of you are going to be called to action, period. Very much so in terms of passion and emotion as well, okay? Because it is the moon, which is emotional, is all things emotional, all things unknown. But being fire, being driven by fire, by Aries, this can be calling you to action in states of emotion or passion. There's going to be a lot too with Hunter's Moon. I'm getting instinct. It's going to be important to trust your instinct at this time. A lot of self, right? Aries rules the self. It's first. It's the crown. It's all the things. So it's going to be this is about you and no one else. Like, that's what you have to understand. Every decision that you make, every action you're called towards, every bold movement, bold statement, whether this is to pursue something, to release something, to renew something, to revise something, it is all going to be, it all boils down back to self. It boils down to what you are being called to do instinctually and intuitively, okay? It's going to be important to have that balance, right? Think of going hunting. Like, if I'm hunting something, not only do I have to be brave, I gotta know what the fuck I'm doing, right? Like, I have to trust my instincts. I have to trust, that I am executing this with strategy, because one wrong move, and it depends on what you're hunting, right? Maybe you don't need so much stealth, or you don't have to be so precautious to hunt, let's say, a rabbit. You might have to be agile. They're pretty fast, but you don't have to do so much. But if you're hunting something with a bit more weight to it, something that can potentially cause you harm or bring danger, you understand? You want to be able to execute that with precision, with strategy, you have to know your line of defense. You have to, because a lot of times, you can be caught off guard by something else, right? I've seen that in movies and shows where someone's hunting something, not realizing that they were also being hunted. You understand? So it is going to require definitely a level of courage to do whatever it is that you're needing to do during this Hunter's Moon. And it's all up to you. I promise it's all up to you. Seeds, decision, and alchemy. Something about making sure I'm getting a perimeter scan, like scanning your perimeter, right? No one, remember, like, ages ago when, like, natives still owned their land. Whenever they migrated or found new territory, it was imperative that they sent out people to scan the perimeter, right? To make sure that this was a safe place to settle, whether long-term or short-term. We have to make sure it's safe for us to be here tonight. So you may want to dot your I's and cross your T's when it comes to creating a strategy to execute something here or to go on this hunt. A lot of cryptic ass talk here. A lot of like metaphors and things of that nature. Oh yeah, I like that though. Divine intervention. Fate and detours. Very good. Okay. I feel like for some of you who've been maybe a little indecisive, because we are in Libra season, let's talk about that. And Aries and Libra are opposite twins. So that can have significance. But there's something that a lot of you have been indecisive about, or been back and forth, you know, in your mind about weighing out these options, trying to decide, you know, the pros and the cons and all the things. And I feel like this moon, this super moon in Aries, hunter moon, harvest moon, whatever you want to call it, is going to allow you to make a decision. You're going to be able to choose the right path, the higher path, the righteous path. And again, it will require this fearlessness. There's this fear. You know, let me tell y'all something, right? I put my baby in school. And first of all, that took a lot of courage for me. It's still taking courage on a daily basis, because it's just been me and him for 6 years, you know? But he's had a hard time, like most kids, transitioning into this. And this is how much I believe in this moon and in the energies that the universe provides for us. Because I, you know, was having a talk with him like I have every morning to try and intentionally set a positive day for him, because some days are better than others. And normally he has a rough time, you know, even if he goes into the building, he has like a really rough time. He's crying, he's carrying on, something of that nature. And today I spoke to him just before we got to the gate, and I gave him a hug and a kiss, and I went to proceed to walk him in, and he just ran in there and said good morning to his principal and just kept running without crying, without screaming, without even looking back at me. And I cried about it because I'm soft, but I was so proud of him, because I know the courage that it takes for him to do that, for him to be able to just leave me behind and go forth onto what's next. And that is the energy that this moon is bringing. It's giving us the courage to proceed with what we know is the right thing, what we know we have to do, no matter how scary that might be or how dangerous it might feel, right? A hunter is inevitably and essentially putting himself in danger or herself in danger every time she goes out into the wild. Because again, I can be hunting a freaking rabbit, which I know can't hurt me, but there's something else in those woods that can, very likely. You understand? There's something in there that can, whether it's a wolf, a bear, even a deer who, you know, they're essentially harmless. If that shit decides that it's scared of something and runs me over, there's that. I'm not stronger than the deer. You know what I mean? So there's something that's being executed. It is the right thing to do. You know it's the right thing to do. You've been back and forth in your mind about it, but now is the time. You could have been in this sort of energy where you were taking your time. I'm seeing like hangman energy, you know, trying to gain perspective, trying to observe, trying to gain understanding. They show me hermit now. Could be Pisces, Virgo energy. Let's see what this is for some of you, or how you're being supported. Oh yeah, I like that. Wow. Could be in work. Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Pentacles. Could definitely be financially. Could definitely be, it's definitely something tangible. Something very tangible. Ace of Wands, that's 2 aces so far. I like it. And the 2 of Cups for those of you who are looking for love and emotion, which I did say that in terms of passion and emotion, this can be what is being evoked. I forget the difference. I forget which is the difference, which one has which meaning, but I know to evoke means to bring something. One of them mean to bring into your energy. The other one means to bring into your body. So you have to, you'll know which one it is. I feel like for a lot of you, it's both. It's evoking and invoking. It's to bring forth and bring within. So because again, the self, Aries is about self. And so this is something that you have to do because it's going to help you sleep at night. It's going to make you feel better. And with alchemy and divine fate, I feel like you are being heavily supported by this, not to mention the Wheel of Fortune. You are being heavily supported to take this lead, to proceed. Okay, that's what I just heard. Proceed, like keep going. Keep going. This is for you. Y'all, if this is about relationship, my God. I mean, I don't know. That's some fire ass energy. You could be finding out, or again, you could be finding out or expressing to someone. I want to say it's you because Aries and self, it could be you expressing yourself to someone, expressing an idea that turns into gold, solid gold, might I add. That looks like gold to me. That looks like solid fucking gold to me. And this is all about, this is big Aries, Ace of Wands energy, you know, like all fire, but Aries, you know, like people could say what they want to say, but one thing is we fucking gangsta. Like we're gonna get it done. Whether it's gonna be that it turns out sad for someone, mad for someone, even if we'll piss ourselves off to do the right thing, you know? I know me, like I will piss myself off to do what's right. You know, like, because it's not just about, you know, because it won't sit well with me if I don't do the best that I can do at something. And I feel like that's the energy, okay? What is your advice, child? Other than definitely go for it. I can't make this shit up. Man holding a heart with disruption. Uproot, upheaval, make shit shake. This is make it shake, especially in terms of emotion or passion, okay? Something that you're emotional about, something that you're passionate about. You have the yin and yang card at the bottom. You will be met with balance, especially Two of Cups. If I take love out of this equation, which is kind of dumb, to be honest, but let's say for those of you who don't give a fuck, right? Who aren't in any relationships or aren't feeling anything for anyone at this time, whatever it is you are feeling or putting passion towards, it is equally met. It is equally yoked. It is setting you on the right path. You know, you're met with the right energy, and it's harmonious. It's balanced, right? With the yin and yang and the Two of Cups. It is, and it's meant to be. Like, it is meant to come together. Okay? Whether this is a job, a promotion, a love story, something that you have to, you know, execute within your home or your family, some final line of contract. Sometimes the Two of Cups can feel like it contractual to me, right? Because it takes for two parties at minimum to agree upon a contract. I don't need to write a contract, you know, for myself. I have to do it with someone. Even spiritually, if I'm signing a spiritual contract, who's the nigga who drew it up? The Almighty, the Creator, right? So it's like, it has to be, it's met with another. This is met with another, for sure. There's another entity, another party, another person. And you are met quite well, I would say. It's surprising also. With disruption, Scorpion energy, it's like you're going to be surprised. It's definitely going to change, and whether it's dismantling or recreating or both, you know, because I heard revision at some point, like revising, but it is for the right reasons. This is one of those things where, like, thank God it went that way. Thank God I took that leap. Thank God I went forward. Thank God I said no. Thank God I said yes. Thank God, whatever it is. All right. And do it with confidence. You can do this with confidence. You've had enough time to contemplate to weigh out your pros and cons. And this looks like pro as fuck, actually. I don't, there are no bad cards here. People might say that the disruption is a bad card, but with all that follows, no. I feel like not this time. This is the exact right tower. This is exactly what you need so that things may fall into place. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Love, light, and abundance.